Well, it's the first day of groups here at Worlds with coverage presented by U.GG. I'm joined right now by Maple as well as Iris, who's going to help translate. Now, Maple, how do you feel about the debut game for your team today?
所以你觉得你们今天的揭幕战，你们自己的第一场比赛打得怎么样
我觉得今天第一场打的还算是蛮不错的，就是有跟我们团练的打的方式蛮像的。
？So I think the debut match of us today is kind of good. So it's kind of the same result as our scrim.
Can you tell me a little bit about why Scion was a good pick?
可以跟我们分享一下为什么你觉得赛恩是一个好的选择吗
因为我们队伍阵容我们的输出其实很够了，那只缺一个坦克，所以我这时候就选了中路三。
？So I think our lineup is enough in pushing up damage, but I think it's a little bit less lack of tank. So I think Sion is a good tanky champion. So I pick it.
Historically, many have said that Flash Wolves has a hard time closing out games, but it feels like that is different for you this year. Why do you think that is?
就是在之前的话，很多人会有人觉得说，闪电狼好像在结束比赛的时候会有一点点失常，或者说发挥不是很好。那我是感觉今年不一样了，你觉得原因是什么？
因为往年以来我们选的阵容都比较偏前期吧，那我们现在比较容易注重中后期的发挥，所以我们的角色也会选的后期不会太弱。
So in the past, I think we'll love to prefer like the early game. So we picked some early champions, but right now, like we love to choose the champions that can push us or push the game into the mid or late time. So maybe that's why we can made in this year's groups.
Do you think that will help your team go further this year than in previous years?
你觉得今年会比往年成绩更好吗？
我觉得会，因为我觉得我们这一次准备的比以前来的更多。
I do think so because I think our preparation is much more than before.
Now, normally at Worlds, it feels like SKT is this final boss, and everybody's like, ah, it's SKT. This year, there is no SKT. Do you feel like Worlds this year has a final boss?
所以以前的话，感觉 SKT 总是那个最大的 boss。然后你现在觉得说，今年 SKT 没有到世界赛的话，哪支队伍是让你会觉得有是大 boss 感觉，或者是有没有这样其他队伍这样子？
你说有没有其他队？
就是就是说你有觉得今年的队伍里面有大 boss 这个角色的队伍吗？
有啊，我觉得今年的大 boss 应该就是 RNG 吧，因为我没有跟他们团练过，然后看他们以往的成绩，就觉得他们这次真的是准备来拿冠军。
So maybe this year's final boss may be RNG, and so we haven't had scrims with them. But so according to the results for the champions this year, like MSI or Rift Rivals, they're pretty good. So maybe this year's final boss or the favorites of the tournament may be RNG.
Now, normally at the beginning of groups every year, I ask the players from Asia what good Western teams are here, and they always say TSM. Then TSM fails. Much like SKT, there is no TSM this year. So, are there any good Western teams?
你觉得这一次的话，就是有没有你比较看好的西方队伍？
比较看好希望队伍，我自己比较看好 Fnatic 吧，因为他们的打法其实很特别，加上 EU 的那个转线一直都是蛮强的，然后他们的中路 Caps 我也觉得他很强。
So I think maybe Fnatic. They impress me a lot for their playlist are very special, and their methods in swap lane is very like impressive for me. And for EU, they are quite strong at this.
Is there any hope for North America, Maple?
所以对北美有没有什么希望呢？就是奇迹。
北美吗？嗯，其实 TL 我觉得他们打的其实今天跟 KT 打的还蛮不错的。
So I think Team Liquid they played kind of good and pretty well in this matchup with KD roster. Yeah.
Are you just saying that to be nice to me? Because I feel like everyone wants to say, oh, maybe Team Liquid, but I don't know if people are just being nice.
所以你是真的真心的在安慰我，还是说是真的发自内心觉得 Team Liquid 今天打不错？
没有，他们今天其实前面很有机会赢 KT。
So actually, I do think the Team Liquid can win the game. They have leads in early game.
Very good. Other than that, is there anything that you want to say to any of the Western fans? Because they see you play so many years in a row now. So anything you would say to any of them?
有没有什么想对粉丝说的话，尤其是对NA 的粉丝说的话？
就不管是哪里粉丝，就是希望能够这次世界赛帮我们加油，然后我们会尽全力达到更好的成绩。
So thank you, thanks for all my fans, wherever you are, and we'll try our best for better results. And thank you.
One more question, actually, I want to ask you. Is there anything about your team that you wish Western fans knew? Maybe they don't know? Anything funny or anything interesting?
所以有没有关于队内的比较，你想让别的像别的粉丝啊，或者说让外界知道的事情，关于你们队内的小细节，
Maybe your teammates.
或者队员的也可以。
队员嘛，就我们的上路哈纳比都常常被我们笑说是外援，因为他讲话很不清楚。
So maybe I'll pick Hanabi. So actually we always make fun of him as he looks or the way he's speaking is like a foreigner. So yeah, because he can't speak really maybe clearly. So I think we always make fun. You're a foreigner.
Very funny. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you, Iris, for translating. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my Worlds coverage right here on my YouTube channel. Well, we're at Worlds groups. NA is already starting to lose. I've seen they're losing. Anyway, the point is, I'm actually wondering if it just comes down to the numbers, the analytics, the data. You know, they just need to have better scouting of what champions are good and what champions aren't, what the Korean players are playing, what the Western players are playing. You don't want to play those. And the funny thing is that they could have that information just the way you have that information right now. If you go check out our sponsor in the description, u.gg, just click that link. It helps me out a lot. And you put a champion in, and you've got all this information that if every NALCS player was using at Worlds, we would just win this thing. And that's it's a funny thing. They could win Worlds. You can win your solo queue. You just need to go in there and use that link. Check out their champion select options. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of information, great information. Check it out. They sponsor me. I'm at Worlds because of them. That's the whole point of this outro. You can also subscribe and look at the next video. But again, is it on this side? It's one of the. I think it's on this side. That's outro. Thanks for watching the interview.